Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to go over a macro Monday. We're going to cover the crypto market, stock market, and go over 10 strong altcoin picks. So let's dive straight into the show, starting off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, obviously, all-time highs. Nothing bearish about all-time highs. You can see we had a nice big pump yesterday, which was a Sunday. Yeah, so looking quite strong. I mean, the bearish divergence is at play with higher highs but lower highs on the RSI. And you can see that, price is moving up with volume moving down, which is a bit of a red flag. But there's nothing bearish about all-time highs, and we're going to continue tracking this onwards and upwards. The first, sign of concern would be, breaking down this upsloping support over here. And until that happens, there is nothing bearish about Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin comes and loses these lows over here and starts to close candles, then we could see a bit of a move to the downside. Obviously, with the pump on over the weekend, we do have a CME gap, and that CME gap is coming between 102.3K to 103.7K. I'm personally not interested in any longs or buying crypto unless this gap gets filled. We don't often see two gaps get skipped in a row. So there was obviously a gap over here at the start of November, which we haven't filled yet. I don't think we are going to fill this one. I think we might fill it in the next bear market. But there's a CME gap here. I don't think we've ever seen two skipped in a row. So there we go. And that comes in between 102.3 and 103.7. So I'm looking for this gap to be filled, and I'm waiting for it to be filled before hopping into any other longs in the crypto market. Let's go into ETH quickly because ETH is looking bullish. Obviously, consolidation around the 4K region is extremely bullish. This is the region here that I'm looking to get long in. So if the price does come down with Bitcoin obviously coming down to fill that CME gap, this region over here between 3,750 to 3,450, this box over here is where I'm interested in longing Ethereum. With Solana, very similar, obviously the little box below here. So my buy box is between 190 and 210. So obviously we're holding up quite well with the 50-day EMA, but I think if Bitcoin does come down, Bitcoin dominance is looking quite strong. So I think we could see a little dip here for Solana. And, if we take the low over here to the high, that 50% comes in 193. So just to round it off, we're going to go with 190. There's also the upsloping support trend line over there. So I think this might be met. So this is my buy box for Solana. 190 to 210, I think will be a great opportunity to get into Solana. And that lines up nicely with these old highs over here. So that's all well. Bitcoin dominance is showing some strength right now. I do see a next, lower high being formed in this region. And you can see, this is red box. This was previous resistance. Then, flipped into support. Then you moved and you broke through it. And I think we are testing that region now as resistance. There's the 50-day EMA over there. If Bitcoin dominance can close above 58% and above the 50-day EMA, this might look like a big deviation, and we could continue onwards and upwards. This would obviously make altcoins struggle against the Bitcoin pairing. So yeah, definitely watching this very carefully. And with USDT dominance over here, we are still sticking to the plan, and the plan is that this is going to continue to sell off and drop off until the end of Q1 2025, and that's coming in 140 days time. Total crypto market all-time highs, nothing bearish about that, just expecting continuation here. This is very bullish above $3 trillion. So if this drops another 15%, it is still looking bullish. So yeah, definitely watch out for this one. If we do get the perfect retest of 3 trillion, definitely expect bulls to come to the party and the buyers to step into the market. Total 3, still bullish in my opinion. Consolidation at all-time highs is bullish. And yeah, I think we are just preparing for the next leg up. We did close the weekend above the previous daily highest close of all time. And yeah, I'm expecting grind over here, and then a breakout in Q1 of 2025. And that's all lining up with the bullish thesis, looking at this and the USDT dominance chart. If we get above 1.16 trillion, expect rapid continuation to the upside. The others also looking strong. Yeah, We aren't at all-time highs yet, but we are just off all-time highs, only 20%. You know, that can happen extremely fast in the crypto market. But yeah, bullish. I think we are just going to consolidate in this region before making the next move to the upside. What else is interesting? So I was looking at the Solana ETH chart, and we have lost this 200-day EMA over here. I was expecting a bounce out of this region over here and to potentially convert all my ETH to Solana, but it hasn't showed strength. So this idea has been invalidated. And yeah, I would want to see a strong bounce of this region over here. And for Solana to show some more strength, we would need it to reclaim this level, reclaim these highs over here before making the next leg to the upside. But this could also break down. So we're obviously prepared for the scenario of this getting a bounce, but also the scenario of this breaking down, testing it, and then moving to the downside. Obviously not as extreme, or we never know in the crypto market. But yeah, we are watching this upsloping support line as a big line in the fence over there. So yeah, definitely watching out for this with the crypto market. So that basically sums up the macros for the crypto market. If we go into the macros for the traditional market, you can see the DXY is coming into resistance, that resistance being the macro 50% level. We obviously made a massive high here in September 22, all the way down to July 23. And that broad range over there sets up a 50% level coming in just over 107. And yeah, we are currently hitting that from the underside, meaning that it's more likely that this acts as resistance. So I'm expecting this to act as resistance. However, it is looking bullish in the sense that it did break out of this downsloping resistance trend line, tested it as perfect support right over there. 50 is above the 200. We are above the recent move, 50%. And yeah, you have to give credit to the dollar, the DXY. Obviously, after Trump won the elections, we have had a strong run. And yeah, so with Bitcoin and crypto and the rest of the traditional finance markets in bullish continuation mode, whilst the dollar is bullish, is extremely bullish from a macro point of view, because when this turns over and rolls over, you are going to expect everything that is compared to the dollar, such as Bitcoin, Bitcoin USDT, that's compared to the dollar. When the dollar falls and loses strength, you are going to see the risk on assets really start moving aggressively to the upside. So that is the thesis for the crypto market and the risk on assets right over there. And if we get into the S&P 500 futures, nothing bearish about all-time highs. We are obviously in all-time highs over here. If we go onto this one, we are still in this parabolic movement over here, which we've been following and tracking for a while. So onwards and upwards for the S&P 500. Nothing bearish about the S&P 500. And if you do want to get into the S&P 500, you know, this region over here, 5,620 would be your, you know, fair buy zone, in my opinion. Obviously, we had the yen cash and carry trade low over here coming in at just above 5,000 to the move up here, about $1,000 move off that low. Nothing bearish about that. And we are at all-time highs. So if the market does break this upsloping support trend line, expect that this 5,620 region will act as big support and buyers will step into the market at this region. But for now, onwards and upwards, nothing bearish about the S&P 500 right now. NASDAQ, the same boat, obviously, nothing bearish but all-time highs, expecting continuation onwards and upwards right now. And today, it looks like on CME, we did make another all-time high for the NASDAQ. Again, nothing bearish about all-time highs. For the people who short the all-time highs, they get wrecked. If you short all of this and then short all of this, it doesn't paint a pretty picture at the end of the day. So here we go, bullish continuation for the stock markets. This should flow into the crypto market. Nothing bearish about it. Yeah, that's basically a wrap. Obviously, the VIX is playing ball with the grind in the yellow box. And whenever you see it grind in this yellow box region, that yellow box being between that 15 and 12 level, you do see the S&P 500 show strength. We did just get the death cross of the VIX, meaning that grind is likely to happen for the next while, and bullish continuation for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ is likely. Some key events for the week, not much happening today. Tomorrow, the 17th, we have a few events, but nothing major. And then on Wednesday, I believe, is the major event. There we go, S&P 500 and the federal funds rates. Yeah, we are forecasting a rate cut. So yeah, this is macro bullish in my opinion for the markets. So this should just add fuel to the fire for the bull market to continue. Some data from Coinglass. If you look at the 24-hour long short ratio, we are heavily long, so we can expect a pullback, maybe a pullback into the CME gap, which we were eyeing out. Liquidations and volume still in a healthy level, big levels over here. The 24-hour liquidation, we haven't come close to those levels that we saw last week on the 9th of December. Obviously, over $1.5 billion liquidated. That is an enormous amount, and you do expect a pivot point to come into there. So we did see that low. That was obviously a great buying opportunity. Yeah, we haven't come close to that volume, so expect just continuation in the direction in which the trend is going, and that is bullish or up. So let's go into the altcoin picks. So top 10 or strong looking altcoins that you must keep your eye on. We're going to look at the RWA sector because that's showing a lot of strength. Mantra, extremely strong. Yeah, if this comes down to the 50-day EMA, expect a strong bounce from this region over here. Definitely add this one to your list if this isn't on your list already. My entry was all the way down at 72, 73 cents. We are well up on this trade. This is showing immense strength, and I expect Mantra to outperform the majority of the market this bull run. Let's go into Ondo as well. Ondo in a very similar position over there. I haven't adjusted this fib, so that's the new line. If we do get another dip on Ondo, guys, buy the dip, buy the dip. We accumulated a lot in this region under $1. I have to tell you guys that Ondo under $1 is an absolute steal. We are now at $2 and expecting bullish continuation. This is likely to outperform the majority of the markets this run. Also, there's a case for Pendle as well. Also, RWA narrative on the ETH blockchain. Little breakout and a retest over there. It's a bit choppy at the moment, but do expect bullish momentum and continuation here to play out. So yeah, definitely expecting $8 sooner than later for Pendle. Clearpool, Cpool, bullish. There we go. Nothing bearish but all-time highs. Obviously down a lot today. This does move big wicks up and down. And yeah, we could come and test this 37 cents again, but it looks like we did test it already. So yeah, this is looking good in my opinion. If you can get Pendle in this region over here, that's coming in at 42, 43 cents. Big buying opportunity for this. One meme coin I'm going to go into is Pepe. Pepe is looking good. We are testing the previous all-time high as potential support right now. So this is in a good zone in my opinion, and definitely worth looking on and keeping this on your list. So obviously we're making higher highs after higher highs. So do expect this to be the potential market leader for the meme coins. What else did I want to go into today was the other strong coins I'm looking at is Sui. Of course, we are well in Sui. Sui has been holding up the portfolio quite well. Have we hit $5 yet? Almost hit $5 there. Looking at Binance. If we get a pullback down to this $3.37 region, huge buying opportunity. That's obviously 50% of the big move going to the upside. And yeah, that also lines up with the 50-day EMA. So we can get a move down to here, which we are going to be buying. $3.37. Mark this on your charts if we do get the pullback for Sui. But otherwise, just expect continuation onwards and upwards over here. Long and strong. There's no signs of any bears yet, as we are just moving through the all-time highs. Another one I'm looking at is ENS, also just making highs after highs. Obviously on the Ethereum blockchain, the Ethereum naming service, ENS. And this looks quite good, guys. We are well above the March, Feb, and Jan highs of this year. So a little spike there in June, July. We are above those levels. We did test them as support, and we do expect continuation for ENS. Definitely bullish on ENS. Another one is Phantom. So Phantom, for me, the line in the sand recently was closing above this yellow line, coming in at $1.23. We did accumulate more Phantom on the recent sell-off. We did sell coins such as Jupiter and the weaker looking coins for Phantom because it was looking strong. You can look at Friday's video for that one. And yeah, Phantom's showing strength. We are now above the March high. If your project isn't above the March high, potentially look to rotate it, because if it's above its March high, it is showing strength and the bulls are stepping in. So Phantom above the March high. We got in here recently. Obviously, we got in well down here. I think just below 80-ish cents for Phantom. And yeah, long and strong. Phantom is looking good. Another one I'm looking at, which no one really speaks about, is Helium. Helium is looking really good. So obviously we are above the March high, but not above the Feb high. We are expecting, a potential move up to this $11 region over here. The reason I like this is because we made such a strong reaction on that August dump over here. I did watch this coin breakout as well, and we did get in around the $6 region before the recent move. So definitely put Helium on your list. I think it's looking quite good. Could this be the range high? I mean, there is an argument that this could be the range high. But yeah, it is looking strong. It is looking more bullish than a few of the other projects. Definitely put this one on your list. Helium, HNT. So look at Link. Chainlink's doing really well. We are starting to close candles above the macro 50% range. That's coming in at $29 over there. So this is looking good. If it can continue to consolidate at this $29 to $30 region, I do expect the next leg up, and I expect the next leg up to come into this $50 region. That's going to be another 80-odd% and another huge move from our entries, of course. We have been holding this one for a while, so we are waiting for this one to start to pay some dividends. Aave is another one showing immense strength. We have hit our TP and 50%, of course, but consolidation above the 50% is bullish. And we do expect a move up to the all-time highs coming in at 667 for Aave. That covers the strong coins that I'm looking at for the moment. That's obviously the RWA narrative, Mantra, Ondo, Pendle, Clearpool, Pepe, as well as Sui, ENS, Phantom, Helium, Link, and Aave. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Definitely smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. And we will see you guys later this week.